What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Terrell Speaks, and we are back with another video. Okay, today we have a woman that is pregnant by another man's child. He's the guy was working and paying bills, taking care of the house, and the woman was just doing her thing, and it gets deep, but we'll just let the video tell it. Let's begin, shall we?
Why am I hearing you pregnant?
Who you heard that from?
It don't matter. Are you pregnant?
I might be.
By who?
I mean, how could it be you if you ain't even home? You never here.
So
And you see the entitlement and all that. How could it be you if you're never home, you're never here? If he has to work, if he has to pay all the bills, he has to pay all the bills. So if he has to, and that's the thing I wanted to talk about on his side. If a man is paying all, if you're paying, guys, if you're doing everything in the house and she has no responsibility, you don't know what type of woman that is. You don't know what type of woman you're dealing with. So if you have to do everything, you don't know what you're dealing with. There's no telling who she is. And she's been able to do this for 6 years. She's been able to get away with this for 6 years, having no responsibilities, having nothing to do. No bills, no chores, no role in the house whatsoever. You're just doing everything, taking care of everybody financially, doing everything. You don't know what type of woman you have, what type of woman you're dealing with. Now, because I can tell you what type of woman you're dealing with, but because if you have a rib, you have a wife, she's going to want to do something. She's going to want some type of, to help you in some type of way. She's going to want to be a helpmeet. She's going to want to be a rib. She's going to want to rule the house side by side with you. She's going to want to contribute. Now, it may require some more things of you, because what I'm learning is, this is what I'm learning. If you have a actual wife, wife material, she's going to want to help. You're going to have a helpmeet. You're going to have a serious partner, but you're going to have to, there are going to be some things that she's going to need from you versus the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? She's going to expect some things out of you too. But we'll get into that later. But the thing is, she has no responsibility. And this is the problem too that men and women have. We tend to try to pick the people that are the easiest to be with, the easiest to work with, the easiest to get along with. When I tell you that's one of the worstest things you can do, that's one of the worst things you can do. Relationships are purpose driven. These are some things I'm finding out, soul searching and doing all kind of stuff. It's purpose driven. It's not always going to be cute. It's not always going to be happy. It's not always going to be sunshine. But the relationship itself is to steer you into your purpose, to push you into your destiny. Whatever your purpose is to steer you into that. It's to push you into it. So if you have a true, genuine partner, they're going to propel you into that. But we tend to, because we don't want to be pushed in that area. We don't want to be, we want to try to get the easiest thing to be with, the easiest person. And usually, I'll be blunt, you get what you pay for. You just went to work, come home whenever you come home. However, actual woman's going to require some things of you. Now, if he's doing everything, there's already a problem. And she's not doing anything. See, my commentary may surprise a lot of guys and a lot of women in general. So how could she live and get? But here's the thing. I'm not justifying her getting pregnant by another guy. No. She has no responsibilities in the house. He pays all the bills. So if he's doing everything, what is she doing? What is her obligation? If she's not doing anything, that lets you know what kind of woman he has, that he's dealing with. So if she's not trying to help in any way, if she's not propelling him into his purpose and his destiny in any way, there's no help me energy going on. There's a problem already. There was a problem when it started. But because I say these things so we can think when we make decisions on who we select. That's why I hadn't been so extremely quick to select lately. Cause I've been soul searching, trying to figure out, okay, how my life is, where my life is going, what my purpose, where the direction of my life is going. Because men have to be leaders. We have to be able to, and we have to understand what it takes to get to our purpose. It just takes a lot. Because if you don't know where you're going, you can't lead her. So it takes some. That's why I've been kind of slow. Because I know what it takes, but this. But like I said, this is already starting out wrong. You cannot let somebody lay up in your house for 6 years and not give them anything to do. And the reason why I speak to the guy side of it is because we control the narrative when it comes to relationships. Who we select is very important. If she's not willing to help, to do anything, to add to your life, she's not trying to add, she's not thinking about adding, she's not offering to add. If you have a vision for the house and she's not contributing in any way, you already have a problem.
I don't even see you. I gotta call you, pencil that in, to even have time with you.
So you saying you pregnant? It's not mine, and you living here? Why pay all the bills at?
That's the least you could
Are
do.
you out of mind, Keisha?
That's the least you could do.
And that's the least you could do, is pay all the bills, pay all the finances. We already know she's a dingbat, so that's why I'm not really hamming on her. Because we already know she's all screwed up. We know that. She's entitled, she's screwed up. I don't know where it found her at. But people like this, like I said, she probably revealed herself in the beginning because the fact that she hadn't contributed anything to the house, if he's having to work all the time, let's say she's a real woman and she wanted her husband to spend time with her, spend more time with her. Okay, let's figure this out. You're working all the time. How about I get a job? How about I help out? How about I contribute? Because I want to spend time with you. You work during the day. I'll get me a job during the day, and we can spend time together in the evening. That way you don't have to work all the time and pay all the bills. How about I help and contribute to the household? That never came up. That conversation never came up. She wants him to work, to pay all the bills, to do everything, and then still have time for her. See how unrealistic that sounds. Okay? See how crazy that is? Of course, we already know the result, what the result should be. You should just put her out and be gone. Especially after the next thing. And I talk from both sides. I'm not letting her off the hook. Don't worry.
What you mean?
You've been neglecting me for a long time.
So you going baby on me? That's what I had to hear from your record.
How you even hear it from her anyway? Why y'all talking in the first place?
That
That's
don't
what
matter.
I mean. That's the stuff that I've been talking about. That's what I mean. It's simple.
And now she's trying to turn it around like it's his fault. Even though she had a baby on him. She had a whole entire baby on the man. Instead of communicating, look, we're not spending enough time together. Do you need? I'm going to help you with these finances. If these bills are too much, where you have to work all the time, I'm gonna get a job and help. I'm gonna add to your life so we can spend time together, so we can do things together as a family. But no. Instead, she just went out and got pregnant by somebody else. And like I said, the fact that she just laid down for 6 years and not contributed anything to the house, that's a serious problem. That's a huge problem.
Simple stuff like that. You can't talk to me, but you can talk to her. How that make sense? You think I'm stupid?
You sitting up here with a secret baby. You talking about talking. What was you
It
gonna say
wasn't no
anything?
secret. You just didn't know about it.
What? It's not a secret. You just didn't know about it. It's not a secret. I just hid it from you. I just didn't tell you. It's not a secret, though. Yeah, okay.
So what is that called? A secret.
It's called you was out of the loop. You just needed to get out of the loop.
But you in my
It's called she's for the street. She's a 304. She needs to go. Anything you can think of around that. Yeah. But glad you're finding out now versus when the kids are 18 and you've paid all this money and spending on them. But like I said what I said in the beginning to get guys to think, to get people to think before they select a partner. It's not to bash him, because a lot of us select mates and we don't know what we're getting into. But we have to think about it. Is she willing to help and contribute to this household? If she's just willing to lay on her behind and not do anything and not help in any way, shape, or form or fashion, red flag. Plain and simple.
You got a whole kid together. Is that my kid?
We can find out. We can call Maury if you want to call
Is that my
Maury.
kid?
Call Maury if you want to call Maury.
So you saying it's not my kid?
I'm saying it's a possibility.
She's saying that she's been doing this for 6 years. That she's been a 304 for 6 years, laying up in his house while he's taking care of everything for 6 years. She's been using him for 6 years. She's been a dingbat for 6 years. That's what she's saying. Neither kid is yours. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're a free man. You could just go, put her out, put the sons out, one in her stomach and the 6-year-old. Go live your life, man. Be free. Get a DNA test. Get a DNA test. If it's not your kid, they all have to go. All three of them have to go because she is just beyond help, beyond redemption, beyond anything. She's horrible. She's a horrible human being. She's just no. I don't know why any guy would want to go near her.
Now the 6-year-old is not my kid.
When have you spent time with me? When have you been around?
I'm always working with you on Instagram. Always talking.
Yeah, that's the excuse. When have you always been around me? Yeah, like I said, the point I made earlier already destroyed that one. So, because in a relationship, if there's a problem, you guys should get together, communicate, and talk, and find a resolution. Not you just go behind their back and do things. That's just foul, and that shows a horrible lack of character, and just all around stupidity on her part. She's just so she's so dumb that she can't even understand where her wrong is.
Make money. What you mean?
I'm paying everything on Keisha. Like, come on, you for real? Are you crazy?
Like I said, he's paying everything, and there lies the problem. We gotta stop letting women lay in our house and not contribute anything. We're taking care of everything. I'm not saying you have some household where the men pay all the bills, because there may not be that many bills, that's either way. But if she's not contributing in any way, there are other ways to contribute. But in today's age, how high rent is, how high mortgage is, she should be doing something. 6 years of her not doing anything. She's busted. She was busted from the jump.
You come talk to me or nothing?
I've been trying to talk to you. I've been trying to call you. I've been trying to have conversations with you. I tried to set up date night. You wasn't worried about it.
It's all
good.
Well, if he has to work all the time, only way he'll have date night, he'll have to have time for that. If he has to pay all the bills and everything, and I don't believe her, because there's no way 6 years go by and they not have something not be said about this, or some kind of communication not be reached about this. There's no way 6 years can go by. I think there's a lie in there somewhere. But you had a whole baby. You had somebody else in his house. And, yeah, that's weird. I don't believe it. I think she's just trying to turn this around on him, make it seem like he's the bad guy. Even though she the one screwed up twice. Had 2 babies on the man. 2 babies. 2 of them. But it's his fault. Yeah, okay.
Don't worry about it.
You right. Look, it's a date night and it's talking. Get your bag and get out.
You really couldn't do this right now.
Man, what?
Yeah, get out. I mean, I think you better leave. Get your bag and get the hell on. Yeah, you leave me alone. I mean, ain't nothing else to talk about.
What option are you giving me? What you want me to do? Play daddy daycare here? No, not doing that. You gonna sit up here and lay in the bed while you pregnant? Like, how long was you gonna keep this up? Was you gonna say anything at all?
No, she wasn't.
I mean, what do you sit here and tell me what you doing when you gone all hours of
She wasn't gonna tell him nothing.
the night, when you don't come back for 2 and 3 days? But you working though, right? You working. Cause what job has you gone for that long? And let me guess, your phone just you don't have a charger? Your phone just don't work? Your thumb's broke? You don't have a way to communicate with nobody?
The difference is, ain't nobody telling you nothing. No. You ain't my friend. But you on the other end, your friends, yeah, they quit to tell me how you quit that other guy.
Your friends, because all your friends trying to talk to me in the first place.
Whatever. Man, I ain't trying to do all this, got a little boy in there. Get your stuff and get out for real, Keisha. You gotta go. I ain't doing this.
Whatever, you can keep it.
Your job, you ain't get pregnant. I mean, that's crazy.
Whatever.
Come out neglect.
Neglect. If you wanted something more to happen, you should have been here. You should have been here.
Wow.
Well, like I said, if she had been contributing to the house, it wouldn't have been that bad. It wouldn't have been that terrible. And the fact that he had to do everything, he's doing everything, it's already a problem. There's nothing in this that says they should have even been together in the first place. This is like really, really horrible. Really horrible.
Yo, I hope to God this is a skit.
I hope so too, because her bag was already there. I really hope it is a skit. But if it isn't, it's happened before in real life. It's happened a lot in real life, actually. And that's why, I had to weigh in on it.
Either way, I seriously doubt that this hasn't happened to numerous guys.
It has.
I mean, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, you felt like he was being neglectful because he's always working. And this is one of those catch-22 situations, fellas, where if you work a lot, then all of a sudden, oh, you're not around, you don't spend enough time with me, you're neglecting me. Let's cut the crap. There's chicks out here that are looking for excuses to go out and do stuff they ain't got no business doing. And they'll use anything for an excuse. They'll use the fact that you work all the time. They'll use the fact that you don't have emotional intelligence.
Very true. The people cheat because they like cheating. People make babies on you because that's what they wanted to do. There's no, I did this. I got pregnant twice because you're working all the time, so I had 2 babies on you. No, sir. No, sir. You got pregnant on me because you're a 304. You got pregnant on me because you're a cheating bastard. You got pregnant on me. You had 2 babies on me because you're for the streets. It's not because I work all the time. Well, if you do this, I'm a cheat. No. If you cheat because he's not spending enough time with you, it's because you just using that as an excuse. You wanted to cheat, and you're trying to cover it up. You're trying to tie it in to an excuse. And it's unacceptable. If you weren't happy or weren't satisfied, you got 2 legs, 2 feet, got choices, got options. I think if a woman is laying up in your house for 6 years, not contributing anything, she's using you anyway. She's using you anyway by default. She's not contributing anything to the house. That's not a wife. So nothing good can come from that anyway. Can't even at least get a home if she's not working. You can't even at least get a home cooked meal or something. You're doing everything. Yeah, okay. She's for the streets.
Or they'll use the fact that, you don't have the same love language as them. All of these new age, goofy excuses that are being used for them to behave in a debaucherous, unladylike manner. Now, just think about it for a second. She's laid up in his bed, in his household that he's paying bills for
6 years.
while she's pregnant with another dude's child. And
And the other guy was in the house. That song, you know that song, 3 people sleeping in my bed at one time? That's what that reminds me of. No.
then when he asks about his 6-year-old, she's sitting there. Let me tell y'all fellas something. If you ask your woman a question of this magnitude, and the first thing she does is start scratching her head like a Amos and
That means it ain't your child. It means you need to either get a DNA test and get all of them, get her, the pregnant baby, and the child out of your house.
Andy skit, she starts scratching her head like Chicken George, bruh. It's a done deal. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
And she probably knows it ain't your child.
Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't. The nerve, the unmitigated gall. Like, yo, there are a lot of you women out here. You're playing a very dangerous game. And the crazy thing is, you play this dangerous game as if there are no high stakes. You don't know how that man's gonna react to you getting pregnant by another man while he's paying for your whole lifestyle. You don't know how that man's gonna react when he finds out a child he's been taking care of.
They really don't care. They don't care how he acts, because they feel if he touches her, she'll just press charges and play victim. So doesn't matter. The whole thing is, she should have never been in the house without contributing. It shouldn't have been that long, her being in that house without contributing anything to her household. Not contributing anything. She was already trash from the start. So I know, sometimes we don't know. 6 years can go by. I'm not saying it to attack anybody, to attack him, the guy that, had to put the woman out. But saying this for people to think, if she come into your life, ain't trying to contribute anything, you have to do all the work. You have to do everything. There's a problem. There's a problem there. And you need to recognize that problem earlier on versus winding up like this guy and having you come home or to find out from a friend that your girlfriend or your wife is pregnant by somebody else's child. That's all I'm saying.
For 6 to 10 to 15 years isn't his child. Like, yo, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And did you see how she sat there and tried to gaslight the man? Did you see how she sat there and tried to manipulate the man?
Completely narcissistic behavior. And she's probably been doing that for a while too. It's embedded in their character. They can't help it. They're going to do horrible stuff to you, and it's your fault. You did it. You caused it. Everything is your fault. But like I said, she came in the gate not doing nothing. It's been a problem.
Well, of course it's not yours because you're barely around. So it's his fault that you went out and got pregnant. It's his fault that you went out and let some random Rodney raw dog you.
Because she's a delusional moron. When you're a delusional moron, 304 street runner, that's what you get.
That's his fault. Like, this is unbelievable. You should have been around. You should have.
It's an excuse. That's all it is.
Fellas, I'm telling you right now, you need to pay more attention and be more careful about who you deal with if you choose to deal with someone.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If she ain't contributing, I'm gonna say it last time. Anyway, she's not trying to add to your life in any way, shape, or form. Red flag. You got to be careful. Got to be more careful. If they try to use cheating as an excuse, well, you're not doing this, so I cheated. That's what you call a very immature person. And because if whether a woman does it or a man does it, if they cheat because you have a disagreement or because it's not something that you don't like, they're doing something you don't like or something that's just instead of us communicating and trying to figure out how to work it, that's just that's signs of immaturity, and it's just a sign of immaturity. And you might want to, if you think like that, you may want to hold off on dating until you learn that it doesn't work that way. That you have to talk things out and work things out and work through stuff, even when it's not pretty.
Because the game that these women are playing out here is ridiculous. It is a ridiculous game. And in the end, nobody seems to win.
Well, you can win if you play your cards right. You gotta be careful who you choose. You gotta be careful who you're and this too. Say this. This is very important too. People may not like to hear it. In order to find a wife, you have to be a husband. Trust me. I had to learn. It's the hardest lesson I had to learn. We can't have do things, have slack in life, and expect to find a wife. Now, a lot of narcissistic guys that get lucky because they stumble upon good women or whatever the case may be, but that doesn't even last because they wind up ruining that woman for everybody else. If you want to find a wife, you have to be a husband. It's not going to work any other way. We can't chase 304s. We can't chase hood. We have to be a husband. We have to be the person that God has called us to be, has made us to be, has molded us to be. The person that God is calling us to be, we have to be that person in order for us to find a person that fits that and matches that. Now, if you do it any other way, you're going to have problems. You're going to have a lot of problems. Like I said, you get what you pay for. In order for us to find that person, we may have to step our game up. We may have to change the way we think. We may have to change our mindset on certain things. We may have to sacrifice certain things. We may have to go without doing certain things. We have to put certain things to the side. We may have to die to ourselves in certain areas that we might not want to die to. We may have to let go of certain personality traits in order for us to find a wife. We have to be a husband. We're not going to find it any other way. We have talent. That's the type of woman we're going to attract. It's going to reflect that. The way our mindset is, we're going to attract a woman that's reflecting that. If we're half-telling it in our life, if we're disorganized mentally, if we're not really we're not on our game, we're going to have a woman that reflects that. So that's what my soul searching journey taught me. And if you are a husband, women like this, you can spot them quick. Oh no, she's not what I'm looking for, because the process will weed them out. She has to. If you're a husband, you're going to require a wife. You're going to require a helpmeet. You're going to require somebody that's going to contribute to the household like they should. You're going to require these. Because you're going to have the mindset of a husband. If you just want somebody to lay around and look pretty and you do everything, that's not how a household is supposed to work. It's not how a marriage is supposed to work. We're going to, if you're going to be, if you want a wife, someone to work with you, to help you, to not do these things, that means we are going to have to be husbands. We can't slack on our end. We don't want them to slack on. If we want a woman that's not slacking, we can't slack. I had to throw that in there. But just wanted to throw that in there. Wanted to say that we have to be willing, by all means, even if it means getting our feelings hurt, to grow and be accountable. Those are lessons I had to learn, life lessons, and means we have to step it up too. We can't bring in the bare minimum in our house and expect queen results. We can't do it. It means we got to step up too. Now, not saying I don't know how he went about vetting her or choosing her, but it should have been a process in there that weeded her out, because she's a 304 all the way. I mean, I'm just saying it so we can start thinking, because as men, we control the narrative on how things go, you know. Because I see men marry loving, beautiful women all the time, beautiful inside and out. See men marrying women that are wife material all the time. I see it all down my timeline, all in the church that I go to. I see people getting married everywhere, and good men, good women getting married all the time. So it's not saying that there are no good women out there. It's just the way. It's all about it all depends on how we move. There are going to be a lot of people like her attracted to us, but we gotta learn how to weed them out. Because a husband ain't gonna put up with nothing that she's doing. Nothing. Gotta weed them out. You know. That's all I gotta say on that one. T-Dubs signing out. Y'all be easy. Catch y'all on the next one.